Hi all, welcome back to part 12 of this Selenium hybrid framework series. In previous video, we saw how to test our feature using multiple set of test data, and we tested our login feature using different username and password combinations. At the end of that video, we discussed about login as a feature to test and login as a prerequisite. When I talk about login as a prerequisite, consider this scenario where I am onto my home screen, and when I have logged in, then only I would be able to test other features like add to cart, or in this case here checkout, or the other features like all items, about, logout, etc. And this is why the login becomes my prerequisite. And so how to work with login as a prerequisite, that is exactly what we are going to see in this video. So I am going to my base class. See, in my base class, what I am writing is I am simply invoking the application here, right, and nothing else. But to test my other features, and if I want login as a prerequisite, then I have to run my login also in this before class annotation, right? Like before executing any other class, I want to not just launch the application but login also. So here I am going to write my code and I am going to modify this application launch. So first of all, let me go to this login page, and in my login page we have this login to application method, which we are calling from login test for testing the login feature. So ideally this is not the prerequisite method, right? This is the feature testing. So let me quickly change the name of this method to login feature test. Okay, and then I will write a new method called login or login to application. Okay, login to application, and this is my different method. Now here I do not want this clear, right? Because okay, now here I do not want this clear because at the first time my text boxes are going to be empty, and so there is no way it will append any value. And also I do not want to click on this open menu and log out also. Okay, so this is my method. Now I will go to my base class, and before going there, let me quickly copy this login page. Okay, and in my base class I am going to create an object of login page, right, and I will import it. And here we have initialized the driver, so after that I will use this lp dot, and see we have this login to application, right? Your login, so sorry, not login to application, we have to create the object, right? lp is equal to this login page, new login page, and I have to pass this driver which we have initialized, right? So I will pass this driver here, and after that here we are launching the application, and after that I will call the login method. So lp dot, we have this login to application, right? And this time here it will take username and password which we are capturing here from our configuration file, username and password. So these are the parameters that I am passing, right? And now if we go back to our login test, here also we had earlier created object of login. Now we do not require that, because since we are extending the base class, our object will come from that base class, right? Only thing that I will need to make change here is the method lp dot, I will use this login feature test, right? And this username and password are the parameters that will remain the same. So let me delete it. Okay, so I have completed my coding part up till now, and I want to see how my test case behaves. So I am going to run my test case, and I will run as TestNG suite. So because of the base class, it will first log in to my application. In base class, we are calling the login to application method. So it should log in. So it has logged into the application, and now it should move to test the login feature. So see here, what is happening is, for login feature, it requires username and password text boxes, which it is not getting because we are already onto the home screen, correct? So for that, we will need to first log out from this, and then only we will get username and password text boxes. So let us see what is happening here. And see, it has failed the second test case also, and it has started the third test case. But it is still on this home screen only. After 20 seconds, it will again fail this test case also. So let us not continue. I am going to close this. So what changes do I need? Let me just get out of this also. Okay, so what changes do I need? I will go to my login page again, and what I require is, I require these two things, that is open menu click and logout click, should be executed at the beginning of this method, so that when base class logs into my application, during the login feature test, first of all it will log out and then it will continue. But for that also, I will require to check whether this displayed products label is displayed or not, right? So I will write like this. Okay, and so this is my if condition. So here I am checking whether my products label is displayed. If it is displayed, then I will click on open menu, I will click on logout, and then my test should continue. So let me delete this, and we will try to execute our test case again. So run as TestNG suite. Again, it will first call the login to application from base class, and here it has logged out, and now it has entered the first credential, that is logged out user. So here we have total logged out user, problem user, and performance glitch user, right? So it will first of all wait for 20 seconds to see if it gets products label, and then it will move to the next set of credentials. So let us see. So it has started the next iteration, and it is yet to enter, and it has failed. Okay, let us see here, and see, it has not entered the problem user. It is only it is still on logged out user only, right? So it has not taken the new credential. This is something interesting, right? Now it has started execution of the next case, and it has executed, but again, see, performance glitch user, there is no performance glitch user entered here. This is something we were not expecting, right? and so it has failed. So all our test cases have failed. Now let us see what is happening. So if I go here to result of and if I check my failure exceptions, here I am getting something like it is not finding this product label locator, right? So this particular element it is not able to identify, and that is why it is failing. It is remaining on the same page and it is not even entering the new values. So here again I need to make a small change, and that is this time I am not going to use find element, but I am going to use find elements. Now find elements will return me the array, correct? Array of the elements. And if I check the size of that array, because my locator is expected to return a unique object, right? So either the value should be 1, or if it doesn't find that locator, the value will be 0, that is size will be 0. So how I am going to write? List web element products is equal to, we have WebDriver, right? WebDriver dot, and as I mentioned I am going to use find elements, and I am going to use this label products. Okay, and now first of all let me import web element and let me import list, and this time in my for loop I am going to check the size of this array. Dot size, if it is greater than 0, then only click on open menu and log out. Okay, so this is the only change that I am going to make, and I will execute my test. Let me run as TestNG suite. So now again prerequisite login will be called. It has logged into application, and now feature testing, feature login will be tested with different set of test data. So it has logged out for the first time, and then it has entered logged out user, which is our first user, and again it will wait for 20 seconds to verify products label is displayed or not. And it has logged out. And it has logged out. Okay, so all our tests are successful now. Only one failure that was expected because of logged out user. We knew it was right. So here we saw two things: login as a prerequisite and login as a functionality, right, to test. And this was only what I wanted to cover in this video. Now consider a scenario where you have to test different test cases after logging in, right? So you will create different classes, and those classes you will simply put here inside TestNG.xml. And since in our base class application launch will be called every time before a class is executed, it will first of all log into application, and then we will proceed with testing of those different features, right? So this is how login can be used as a prerequisite, and that was our agenda for this particular video. In the next video we will see how to upload our video of our framework into the GitHub repository. So up till then, bye and keep learning. Thank you.